Hi everyone, today I will be demonstrating how to make this fun little froggy magnet. All right, let's get started. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Got the pattern, we've got the yarn, the felt, the fabric tape, the iron-on transfer paper, we have the grid fabric, our plastic needle, a little piece of tape, binder clip, magnet, don't run away, and this keychain. So this time we're going to be making the magnet, and so we will not be needing this keychain or this iron-on paper. We also won't be needing this little piece of tape. You could save that for a different project or for whatever. Right now, all we're going to be needing to get started is the needle, the yarn, the binder clip, the grid fabric, and the pattern. So everything else we can just put to the side. I like to put it on a paper plate to keep everything together, because I don't know what it is about these magnets, probably because they're magnetized. I don't know, maybe that could be it. But they tend to run away. So when I put them on the plate, they tend to stay put. Okay, so let's get started. This is a pretty small project. The dimensions are 7 squares vertical, 11 squares across. So we want to make sure that we have a space about I don't know, 8 or 9 spaces vertical, and maybe 12 across, just to have a little buffer. If I start on the side around here, I'll have plenty of room. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to start with the green like it suggests. Just fold the end over, push it through the eye, keep one tail short, one tail long, and we're going to clip the end over on this grid fabric. Get on there. There we go. And I'm going to start probably right here. Oh yes, I should probably tape down this piece of paper. Last time I remember that was a problem. You stay put. Through the back. Vertical diagonal to the right. From the back over one. And down diagonal to the right. There's our first X. And remember, it doesn't make any difference, not to me, I mean, it's your own personal preference, on which direction the X is going in, whether you start off going slanting towards the right or if you start off slanting towards the left. It doesn't matter as long as you're just making the X where it's supposed to go, following the design. I go the same direction every time, and that's just out of habit. But my daughter, she likes to go in lots of different directions. And I always think it looks so cute when hers are done because they have so much texture. So you can figure out how you like to do it. But for me, it takes more effort on my part to go different directions. Oh, this just came off, so kind of need to remember to hang on to it. See, I'm right here now. I'm doing the outline first. I'm kind of trying to beat the clock a little bit today because I have only about a half an hour, actually a little less than a half an hour to do this before I need to go and pick up my son from school. So if the alarm goes off, that means I am a loser. But if it doesn't go off, that means I'm a winner. It's 1:42 right now. I have to leave at 2. My son is starting his first day of track today at his high school. They're not going to be running today, I don't think. It's just kind of like a conditioning, or not conditioning, like a, I don't know, maybe an orientation kind of day. He's a little bit nervous about track. I mean, it's hard. And where we live in Southern California, the heat is no joke. But he's really tall. He's got long legs. He has some genetics that work in his favor when it comes to running. And I think he will be just fine. But I'm glad that he's doing a sport this year. He's in 10th grade, and last year he did not do a sport. I think extracurriculars are really good for kids. Gives them a nice group of kids that they can meet with regularly. You can make some of your best friends in your sports teams. Alright, so we did this, just checking to see if I'm in the right spot. Yep, that's lined up here. And now I just need to stop right there. This chart makes it look like this is going to be a really big design, but it really isn't. It's just a little baby frog. It kind of reminds me of the frog from Hello Kitty. You know, it's called Keroppi. That one is so cute. Okay, I've started to run out. Unclip. Take the two tails, tie them together. And trim. Oh, so I did test out, so the scissors I used just a second ago, that didn't work. It's because they're all gummed up with the sticker from these. So sticky. And I took one of my other scissors that needed to be cleaned and tried to clean it with rubbing alcohol, and it didn't work. So then I tried it with Goo Gone, and it worked like a dream. So I have updated the patterns now to say, get it off with an adhesive remover like Goo Gone. Oh, I didn't even bother putting the binder clip on it. I'm gonna do it. I like it that when you use the binder clip, it keeps this tail from getting tangled up in your stitches. So I do think it is worth doing that, especially for beginners. So I do like to reveal the names of the yarn that I'm using, because I just think the names they come up with yarn colors is so fascinating for some reason. And this is Stylecraft Special DK yarn, and I just really like the names that they come up with, and I like all the colors. I think that they are so rich, and they're just not like crayon colors. This color is called Leaf. And I think that is a great name for this color. I've just put on the patterns green, black, pink. I didn't use the real names of them because sometimes you don't know what they mean. Like one of my yarn colors is called Stone, and it's a beige color, but I don't know, it's easier. I think it makes more sense to just put beige, because, and what if I change the yarn that I use later on? I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense. Okay. Starting to get carried away here. I need to skip that one because that's where pink goes. All right, so skip a square and keep going. Now, if for some reason you had to cut out stitches because you put it in the wrong spot and there's just too many stitches and you just have to cut them out, and now you have a little short piece of thread that can't be tied, it's really not that big of a deal to have loose threads, because this tape is so dang sticky that when you put it on the back, it will keep it all in place. So this pattern is extremely forgiving. Summer is just about over. Did you have a good summer? What kind of things do you like to do during the summertime? I live in Southern California, so we live about 45 minutes from a really good beach. And so we do like to go to the beach during the summertime. And I am so grateful to be close to a beach. I am not so much of a mountains person. I hear people say, are you a beach person or a mountain person? And I can definitely say I am a beach person. I always have found the beach very, very calming. And I do like the mountains, but not like the beach. Okay, time to tie off. There's this beach that we go to mostly. It's called Carpinteria, and it's really great for families to go there, like with little kids, because the waves are just not that intense. I am going to, I want to do the cheeks. I'm going to do pink. Yeah, so the waves aren't really very intense, so you don't have to worry too much about them, getting hurt from being in the water. Ooh, I love the pop of color that this pink gives. The thing that I do like about Carpinteria is that they have these platforms that are out in the water, just like floating platforms, and they're really, really fun to swim to. Oh no. What is this? This shouldn't be here. And now it's gone. Right, now it's gone. Oh yeah, so I was gonna say about the platforms. They're really, really fun to swim to. But last time there was a really strong current, which usually there isn't. But this time there was. And my daughter was a little scared. And she was scared about me going. And I don't know, the water was pretty cold, so I decided, not today, maybe next time. It's nice to have the kids back in school. I love routine. So the summers can be, well, if I make a routine during the summer, nah, I don't make a routine. Yeah, I don't make a routine that much during the summer. And we really did have a fun time. We went to Hurricane Harbor, which is the local water park, the Six Flags water park that we have. We did that a lot and had a great time. We have season passes, so we can just go for a couple hours and leave. And it's 5 minutes away from our house. So that is very, very convenient. So we did that a lot, and we visited family out in Utah, which was great, and did the water park over there. And celebrated 4th of July over there, which is fun. Yeah, we had a good summer. But I was always the weird kid who loved school. I really did love school. That doesn't mean I was good at it. I mostly loved school because I loved the school supplies. Is that super weird? I loved, and still do, love opening pens and testing them out, and a nice crisp notebook, and the smell of Expo markers. When I was a kid, we had chalkboards, and the chalkboards were really nice. I mean, they were high quality chalkboards, and they used high quality chalk that didn't squeak very often. When it did squeak, I hated that. Oh man, I lose. Okay, well, I'll come back and I'll finish this. Okay, I am back. We tied everything off, okay. And just finish off with the last bit of green we have here. From the back, diagonal and up, over, diagonal and down, from the back again. So I want to start right here, and I'm having a hard time seeing that hole, so I'm gonna just stick my needle through the front, spin it around, and you can see now that the hole is so much bigger, so I can easily go through the back now. Do you have frogs where you live? We have some frogs here. I live in a suburb of Los Angeles called Santa Clarita, and we have mostly lizards here. We have a lot of lizards, but we have had frogs. Just not a ton. Oop, just knocked my light. What was I saying? Frogs. Do you have frogs in your town? We don't really have frogs here. Not too much, a little bit, but not like in the south. I mean, like on the East Coast south. It was fun when I've only gone to Florida one time, and that was to go to Disney World. And I thought it was so fun that there were frogs in the tree. But here we have tons and tons of lizards. So my kids are always catching lizards, and when you catch them by the tail, their tails fall off. And so there was a while where all these lizards that were around my house just had a little stump of a tail because my kids catch them and then release them. So I was telling them, try not to catch them by their tail. They keep falling off. These look really sad. Okay, on to the next part. Because we're doing the magnet, we're just going to be using this column. The ones over here, this column is for making the keychain, and this one is for the iron-on patch. We're going to turn it over. If you have any long strings, now is a good time to just trim it up pretty short Right now mine is short enough, but I'll just trim it up. And we want to cover a little bit more than the whole design. You see how this is going up above the top? You can kind of see the outline of the frog, and it's going up and over, and then over the sides as well. And you can leave a little gap in between. You just don't want these two tapes to overlap, because then it's going to be impossible to get the paper backing off. Okay, so now that we have this on, just kind of mush it around, get it really sticking to it. Now we take our scissors and you cut the frog out, leaving a small white border. Just like that. Flip it over, peel the backing off. And then add the magnet. This tape is super sticky, so you see how my fingers are getting stuck to it. The thing is if you stick your fingers to it, like it'll still stay sticky. You know how with some stickers, you know, the more you touch it, it'll just not be sticky anymore. Or like a Band-Aid, you touch the sticky part, it won't be sticky anymore. That's not how this works. It just stays sticky. But if you get like some kind of fur over it, like yarn fuzzies, or if you were to put the here, let's just place this on the felt. If you were to put this on the felt and then realize, oh no, I need to take this off the felt for some reason, and then you peel it off of the felt, then the sticky part won't be quite as sticky. It'll still be a little sticky though, because I have peeled it off of the felt before. And it's still surprisingly sticky. All right, now you just cut the felt, leaving a small felt border. Now this felt is from Benzie Design. I was saying with my last video when I made the robin that the felt was not from Benzie Design that I used for that one. It was like a smoky dark gray, and Benzie doesn't make smoky dark gray for this wool blend, but for all my other designs I use Benzie Design felt, and this one is from Benzie Design, and I love it so much. It is so great, such great quality. And now it is ready to go on your fridge, or it'd be so cute in a locker. See, here's my handy dandy magnet strip. You can see it works just like that. All right, well, that's it for this tutorial, and thanks so much for listening.